Okay, folks, this is game 3. He won game 1 with his blue-black control deck. That's a really bad sign, by the way, for him. I won game 2. The only thing I'm really a little leery of with this hand is a wasteland, but I drew a basic island, so I can just run the top out. It's always nice. And he has Dark Confidant. That was kind of like I wasn't real pleased to see that, obviously. But I can set up my volcanic island, and you set up engineered explosives for 2. If he has Days or Force Will, he's in really good shape, but he doesn't. Draws his land. And I will pop. I don't feel any reason to let him know that the Academy Ruins is sitting in my hand yet. Um, there's a lot of advantageous uses. Like if he plays his, I can wasteland him with it. If he overextends to a board that I can blow up with engineered explosives, I'm in good shape. I have Spell Snare. And I'll run out Counterbalance. I believe he lets it resolve. Yep. Excuse me. I will say that was a pretty rough top of my deck. A 5, a 1, and a 1. Although I make a pretty big misplay here. You remember that card that we talked about earlier, him having? Well, I'm not sure why, but I thought Teferi had split second. And I don't go get the Force of Will. So anyway, I go get Trinket Mage. I go get a Dreadnought, which I don't really think was correct, but I was brain farting the fact that Stifle shuts off, or that Teferi shuts off Stifle. He's gonna start beating down for a bit. Just let it play. Let's. All right. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about in this area. I think at this point I was just hoping to draw like another Trinket Mage or Pyroblast. See, I put the Crucible Worlds under Keep Drawn Land. I pretty much wanted to shuffle effect. I gotta try to keep up beating down because there's not really. Okay, there we see the Pyroblast and a Brainstorm. So I can Brainstorm back Force of Will on top to prevent him if he has Force of Will. I don't have a 2 casting cost spell though, so I'm kind of hurting. I think here I split it. I want to say Trick Mind and Dark Confidant against everything, which is kind of bad if that's the case. I think I should have gone like Island and Dark Confidant. Let's see. Where did I go? Oh, it'll tell us in just a moment here. Yeah, I guess I gave him the top and the bob. Excuse me. That's alright though. I didn't really want him to have Trick Mind, I guess, to stop my counterbalance trigger. I think was the plan. So we let Bob go. And we brainstorm. We'll put back one of the knots because I don't really need two, and a Pyroblast or Force of Will. I'll Pyroblast Teferi. He tries. I think he tries to brainstorm. I wonder if he was trying to brainstorm. I don't know what he was trying to brainstorm into, but I'm able to stop that at least. And I'm feeling pretty down in this situation, as you can see over here. He stops it. However, I draw the factory. Suddenly I'm not feeling quite so bad. He has Spell Pierce, and here I'm thinking I'm screwed, but I've got to block. I've got to risk the fact that I might be able to kill him. The only thing I maybe should have done was taken it that turn, waited a turn for him to attack, and then I would have had counterbalance in play to force of will on top of the counterbalance the next Teferi if he had one. But I'm thinking he has a follow-up Teferi here. But he passes the turn and lets me get counterbalance going again. So I go for the Stifle Knot. And I go get Trick Bind. Put it on top. Very, very sweet. So that's cool. Beat down. And next turn he is staring at lethal. Let's see what happens here. I believe he goes for Sower of Temptation, which had me sweating just a little. But then I remembered we have the Trick Bind anyway. He goes to try to Trick Bind it, but I think he realizes that, hey, the Trick Bind's on top. I think he was just showing me this is what I was going for. I Trick Bind the Sower trigger, and that's a good game. So, thanks for watching. This has been Walker Dog for Pure MTGO.